What up, good people? This your boy. But I got one thing to say before we start this video. This dude right here is broken. Let's talk about it, man. Oh my God. Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. It's today, people. Today we're here for Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 27. And oh my God, I cannot pronounce this name. Okay, I'm just the king of the galactic insects. Just think about that. His name, he's the king of the galactic insects, and he is broken. Like, it's not fair. Like, for all my power scalers out there, he is beyond planetary. He is beyond continental. Like, he is solar system, maybe galaxy level. If you are a power scaler, you know. Watch this episode and you will see this. Oh my God. So but we're gonna get to him in a second. But in this episode, it has been 2 years. We are in the time skip. We are in 2 years later, and everything's cool, everything's straight. But we get a glimpse of Jeremy, and Jeremy has basically been beaten by Kamen and 2 other people. And we see a big pile of Ragnarok bodies that have all been taken out by Kamen and these 2 other people, and we see Jeremy laying there beat up. And then we go to the other kingdoms where for some reason all the other kings are gone except Gira. And it turns out we are having they're having like a king conference where all the kings get together and speak with each other, and all the kings are basically gone, and their retainers are basically running the countries in their absence, and they're all running their kingdoms pretty poorly. So all of them all get together to go talk to Gira, who, Gira isn't, he ain't did nothing, but they get like mad that the kings like haven't shown up. And they keep hinting, Gira hints at something that the kings did for them to get put in jail, which is Rita's jail, like her planet. Well, basically they did something to all unison. They all did something to be put here in this prison. And yeah, so Gira is also wondering why Jeremy isn't here, or at least Jeremy's retainer, who is I forgot his name. It starts with a G. I'm gonna call him G. The Jeremy's retainer, the bug guy, illusion. Yeah, I'm calling him G. Even G isn't there. So, and by now, humans at Ragnarok should be cool. Like, it's 2 years later. They should be cool. I know it might be rocky in some areas, but everybody should be straight with each other, right? So he didn't show up. G didn't show up. Jeremy didn't show up. The rest of the kings didn't show up, and all their retainers also there with Gira. And when they're all speaking with each other, the kings, Gira basically says that, I kind of don't blame them for not coming here after what they did. And that's when all the retainers, they start crying, and they start apologizing on their king's behalf about what happened. And out of nowhere, everything just gets dark. Sky gets dark, everything. They go outside, and then they see a fury of all of these I guess they're like the blacks. No, they're not the black cicadas. They're the I think they are. I think they're either the black cicadas, or they're a bunch of big like black beetles. That how King-Ohger is. I think there are a bunch of them. So it's huge. There's a swarm of them, and they think it's the fury, of the gods again. But they all swarm in together, and that's when Kamen shows up. And Kamen, well, no, he doesn't show up yet, but we see this big, like, giant, like, this light appear in the sky, and this one guy, he falls from the sky all gracious and whatever, and then he starts speaking weirdly, like he just starts saying a bunch of random words, and Gira doesn't understand what he's saying, but then he starts speaking correctly. And we have a lot of comedy in this episode with a bunch of lore bits thrown, like sprinkled in there. And this dude he calls himself the Galactic King of the Insects, and or the King of the Galactic Insects. And this dude is broken. He has these matter manipulation powers. He has multi-planetary freaking powers, to where he's talking to Gira, and he's telling Gira, he tells Gira that Kamen was actually working for him, and he's mad at Kamen because the Bugnarok are still alive. So Kamen was working for this dude all along, while he was also working under Deathnarok. So this dude, he's peed off at freaking Gira. He already knows who Gira is, but he's peed off at Kamen because the Bugnarok are still alive, and they had to go kill off like a bunch of other Bugnarok. And while that's happening, we see that he's talking to Gira, and he tells Gira that he's the one that kind of orchestrated the infighting between humans and Bugnarok. It's his fault that they were actually fighting each other, and it's his way of like destroying or cleaning up planets. And he actually grabs Gira and starts taking him to other planets. And you see that Gita's floating in this other atmosphere in another planet. He can't breathe. He gives Gita the ability to breathe, and he's talking to Gita, telling him that, hey, this was a planet that, I cleaned up. It was full of life and everything, but I ended up cleaning it up, and now it's completely devoid of life. And these places, and every planet that he shows Gira, he takes him to multiple planets, and every planet that he takes Gira is basically a lifeless, barren wasteland, no matter what the planet's like. One planet he destroyed to the point where the only thing left of that planet is a black hole. What the duck is happening? So essentially he says that he wants Gira, just like all the original kings. He met the original kings, and the original kings all worked for him, essentially saying that if you do this for me, I won't destroy your planet. So he made the other kings fight the Bugnarok and start killing off each other. And when they all started killing off each other, he basically let them have peace. But what happened in those 2,000 years of peace? Like, what was going on then? Why didn't he come back then? Maybe he thought the Bugnarok were dead or whatever, but at the same time, those 2,000 years of peace, or and also the fighting between the Bugnarok, where was he then? Was Kamen reporting back to him or stuff like that? But hey, I'll get to that in a second. We're gonna continue with the rundown of what happened. So he shows Gira all these planets. All these planets have been basically destroyed, and he wants Gira to continue to do what he had the other kings do. And he ends up throwing Jeremy to Gira's feet, and Gira, we see that Jeremy is like all beat up, he's bloody and things like that. And he actually talks about how the other king, if you don't do this for me, you're gonna end up like the other kingdoms. And the other kingdoms have been attacked by his crew, his jesters. He calls them his jesters, and each one of them has a different power. And it was this blue dude. He's really fast. His power is actually going to be shown off in the next episode. The pink one, her power is that she's a master manipulator. And the other big guy, we don't know what his power was, but they all look cool. But the big dude, he kind of seemed like a generic looking monster to me. The blue guy, awesome looking, really cool looking, and his power was free. And when later on you see him actually fighting, look actually really dope. But we see that all the other kingdoms have been taken out. And when that happens, we see G is still alive, and G runs. He has the other king's swords, and he runs to their kingdom. He runs to their cell, and throws their swords to him. Throws their swords to them, and tells them that Terra is in trouble. the other kingdoms have been like destroyed and things like that, and they basically decide that, hey, might as well go out there and help our people. We gotta go out there and help our people, and I guess this is a way for us to atone for our sins and stuff like that. And once these other generals are like, these jesters are in their kingdoms, they each go to their kingdoms and they fight, and they end up fighting that particular jester. So we see Yanma goes off, he saves his retainer, and he ends up fighting the blue guy, which is a dope fight. The fight choreography in this episode was awesome as well. Even though these fights were kind of short, they were also very cool. So you got the blue guy that Yanma fought, the pink monster chick that Himeno fought, the big gray rock dude who fought Dabowski, and Rita ends up fighting Kamen. So they're all fighting or whatever, and the fight choreography is great, and they end up fighting them to a standstill. They end up fighting everybody to a standstill, and they ended up, and while all of them are fighting them, we see Jeremy and Gira, and with Gira using his golden form, they are all fighting. They're both fighting Galactic. They're fighting King of the Insects. They're fighting him. I cannot pronounce this name. I will get it eventually, but it's too much. Like I'm gonna call him Duga for now until I actually are able to pronounce this guy's name correctly. But I'm gonna call him Duga. So they're fighting Duga, and nothing they do to Duga is working. He's just standing there. Every attack they do, ultimate attack, whatever they do, just completely just phases through him. He pulls a Whis from Dragon Ball, and he's like, while they're attacking him, he's like, oh, my nails are getting quite long. Like he's that kind of villain. And Gira even asks him, like, why are you even doing this? And his whole answer is, because it's fun. And he even earlier in the episode, he showed Gira his room. In his room was like this big, like everything, it looked weird. Like everything looked kind of distorted. Certain things were invisible. Like his room was the universe. And then he also showed what's happening, what's outside of the universe, which was like a white infinite void. And their universe was like a box, that like a cube that was like in the middle of all of it. And I'm just like, where are we going here? What's happening? Because you just expanded on so much. You threw so much in our faces right then. Like, this guy is Duga. This guy seems like he's gonna be a massive problem. His jesters, they don't seem as broken as he does. They follow him, but they don't seem as broken as he does. Also with Kamen, but wow. I have no words. Like, if you watch the episode, you see this. So, but they have to find some way to hurt this guy. They can't hurt him. I was like, what? Like, he didn't do anything in that whole fight. He even had one moment in the episode where Gira got his name wrong, and he just like, the sky went red, and he just started raining miniature destroyed like planets down on Shogadam. And I'm just like, yo, you have attacks where you just throw planets at people? Bro, who are you? This is not fun. This is gonna be a lot. What are we doing here? But I love it. I am so here for it. So after they, fought him off, Gita's like, and he wanted Gita to do what the other kings did. Gita was like, nah, I'm bringing the Tyrant King personality back. I'm bringing that back. He did the whole Tyrant King spiel and everything, and it was awesome. Like, I was like, man, this guy right here is a Tyrant King. So, but with that being said, though, also I like Yanma's new look. Like, he's still the blue, but like he bleached his hair like blondish. So I'm like, what was that for? But also in the next episode, we are going to see the results of the blue general that Yanma fought, the blue jester that Yanma fought. His power is to he can switch people's bodies, and next episode is going to be them dealing with that. So, and also the pink chick, she's a master manipulator, so maybe she'll end up getting them to all disagree with each other and things like that. And then the big gray dude, we don't know his power yet, but other than that, this is gonna be a lot. Like, I am so looking forward to what we got going on right now. But you guys let me know down in the comment section below. Know it, I'm not done. This is perfect for Raculus to come back. And if Raculus does come back, do you guys think he's joining Duga? Or is he reconciling it? Or if he does come back, maybe he'll have some type of redemption arc or something like that. Or maybe we'll get like a mini stuff or what he's been doing since he's been gone. Because it's been 2 years. They haven't seen Raculus in 2 years. So when Raculus eventually does come back, are we going to get that redemption arc for him, and he is gonna join the rest of the Rangers to fight this guy, to like fight this new threat? Because they might need it. They might have to squash the beef and go in. But yeah, man, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger, episode 27. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. And remember, stay henchioned. Like, this guy's so broken. This is not fair.